all students is not easy, considering it is already a preparatory for every student prior to their tertiary education. And due to the fact that most of these students are working students and parenting students who are constrained, financial pressure, and other logistical difficulties in managing both responsibilities. The relationship between family pressure and academic stress among students is a significant area of study due to its impact on students' mental health and academic performance. Family pressure refers to the expectations and demands imposed by family members on students to perform well academically. Academic stress is characterized by the mental or emotional strain caused by educational demands and is often aggravated by external pressures. In many cultures, especially those emphasizing collectivism and academic success, the family is a critical source of both support and pressure. Academic pressure arising from the family is often intertwined with social-cultural values, economic status, and parental education levels. So now let's move on to our RRL, or review of a related literature.
Shea and Gregory 2021 conducted a study to determine the roles of parent expectation and cultural values in the academic stressor and well-being of Chinese high school students. In China, parental pressure has a greater impact on this anxiety. China's ethics emphasizes family glory, filial piety, and belief in the hard work. Pressure from parents to achieve academic success, which may put these students under considerable psychological pressure.
Talatala et al. 2020 conducted a study to examine the relationship between family pressure and academic achievement and emotional well-being among Filipino learners. The study revealed that parents who place high expectation in their children and impose excessive pressure tend to focus more on academic achievement than emotional well-being, which this expense of emotional well-being can lead to negative outcomes.
Local Literature Review, Rachel Albastro et al. 2023 Stress Levels, Factor, Challenges, and Coping Mechanism in the Online Learning Modality among Ateneo de Davao University Senior High School learners. In Davao City, learners have experienced increased stress in their well-being. This includes school works and in personal life such as parental expectation that they face every day. Many students strive to achieve the best scores in grades in their classes. In some cases, parents often scold their children because of the low grades they receive in class. The result indicates that coping mechanisms are higher than stress levels.
Objectives, goals that guide or research, investigation and relationship between family pressure and academic stress among all students in PCSHS, comparing gender-wise relationship between family pressure and academic stress levels, to use findings to inform the development of effective interventions, examine coping mechanisms students use to manage family pressure and academic stress.
Our general problem is aim to identify the relationship between family pressure and academic stress among grade 12 all students in Panabo City Senior High School.
Specific problem. Number 1. What is the level of family pressure among parents of grade 12 as students in Panabo City Senior High School? Number 2. What is the level of academic stress among grade 12 as students in Panabo City Senior High School? Number 3. What is the relation between family pressure and academic stress among grade 12 AL students and PCSHS? Number 4. Is there any significant difference between the family pressure level of parents of girls and boys students among grade 12 AL learners in PCSHS?
The study will focus on the relationship between family pressure and academic stress among grade 12 ALS students in Panabo City Senior High School during the 2025 academic year. The respondents will be only from the grade 12 ALS student under the section of ICT Telescope, ICT Mass, and EIM CB. The study also dives into identifying the levels of academic stress that influence the student academic achievements, like excessive assignment, peer competition, financial problem, short-time deadlines, and self-expectations. The study will use quantitative method to collect and analyze data.
And the delimitation of the study is the study includes students from other grade level, especially the regular grade 12 learners, to maintain focus, the family pressure and levels of academic stress of grade 12 ALS students. The study will not explore the impact of other factors that may affect the mental health of grade 12 ALS students, such as excessive participation in extracurricular activities and excessive use of social media. The study will be limited by the sample size, which will be limited to 60 participants. The study will only use self-reported data from the participants. And this is the conceptual framework. A quantitative correlation study primarily focuses to assess the relationship between family pressure and academic stress among grade 12 students. Family pressure was considered as predictor variable and academic stress was considered as the criterion variable. This is the conceptual framework of sample size and sample technique. This research employed a stratified random sampling technique to gather the data they need. At the first stage, two strata, one for girls of grade 12 ALS students and the second for boys of grade 12 ALS students, were selected from sampling. In three graded sections, 10 girls and 10 boys were randomly selected from grade 12 ALS students. At the second stage is the equal numbers of students from both strata were selected through a stratified random sampling technique. A total of 60 students were selected for data collection. The data for this research was collected by using questionnaire. Okay, so let's proceed to the last topic, which is the significance of the study. The result of this study would be beneficial to the following person.
It is beneficial to the student because the result of the study could help them understand how academic stress and parental pressure affects their academic performances. They can use this to assess themselves and help other learners like them.
It is also beneficial to the teachers because the study gave them an overview to the significant relationship between family pressure and academic stress among grade 12 ALS students. This could help them to learn what necessary actions are needed to assess students regarding the impact of academic stress to their academic performances.
And it is beneficial to our parents because the result of this study could give them insights on how they can help their children regarding to the academic stress they are experiencing. This could also give them a reason to be concerned about the effects of family pressure and academic stress on the academic performance of their children.
Future researchers could optimize this study to gain knowledge on the significant relationship between family pressure and academic stress, and among research student learning and conducting further research that could help also them sharpen their understanding regarding this phenomenon.
Here comes the end of our group presentation. Thank you so much for your listening, and we highly appreciate your attention to our presentation entitled The Relationship Between Family Pressure and Academic Stress Among Grade 12 ALS Students in Panabo City Senior High School. Our group is now ready for your questions, suggestions, and recommendation. Thank you, and once again, good afternoon. Why did you choose this topic? We chose this topic because it caught our personal interest in knowing the stress level of our co-classmates and schoolmates in grade 12 ALS in Panabo City Senior High School, and it made me realize a gap in current research regarding the level of family pressure and academic stress among grade 12 ALS students, which is more students are already parental students. This research is not only personally meaningful but also has broader implication for relevant issue. What are the key objectives of your research?
The key objectives of our research is to investigate the relationship between family pressure and academic stress among all students, to use the finding to inform the development of effective intervention, and lastly, to examine coping mechanisms students use to manage family pressure and academic stress.
How does your research contribute to existing literature? It adds more knowledge regarding the level of family pressure and academic stress among students, senior high school students, because much of the existing literature was only focused on the level of family pressure and academic stress, negative impact of anxiety on the students' academic achievements. But however, there has not been a lot of attention given to the relationship of family pressure and academic stress among all students, which is more students are already parental students. What are the expected outcomes of your research?
The expected of our research is that grade 12 all students can balance and manage their academic stress level and family pressure because of their coping mechanism.
What challenges did you face during your research? The challenges that we faced during our research is that balancing research work with our personal life, time management, and finding reliable sources. What possible contribution can this study field?
Our study contribute by advancing theoretical understanding, solving practical problems, and improving research methodologies or validating previous findings.
What is the essence of your proposed study?
The essence of our proposed study is the care, purpose, and significance addressing a specific problem, expanding knowledge in a particular field, and providing a solution to a real-world issue by filling existing gaps and verifying new information.
What type of background research did you do for your study?
We conduct literature research or write RRL of the relationship between family pressure or academic stress among grade 12 students as we identify prevention studies or their findings and pinpoint and exciting knowledge gaps or unresolved problems.
That's all. Thank you and God bless us all.